ask that you silence your cell phones and refrain from texting during your time on board. Once we approach the USS Arizona Memorial, the U.S. Navy will enter the boat so that everyone has an opportunity to take photos. Again, no standing is permitted for the duration of the ride. If you have any questions during your visit today, please speak with a National Park Service representative after you return to the Visitor Center. Once again, welcome to World War II Valor in the Pacific National Monument, which is the proud home of the USS Arizona Memorial, the USS Oklahoma Memorial, and the USS Utah Memorial. Today, the U.S. Navy and the National Park Service are taking a harbor tour of Pearl Harbor and bring you close to the USS Arizona Memorial and the valiant ship that lies beneath. We are now in the South Channel of Pearl Harbor, where the infamous Battleship Row was once located along the southern coast of Ford Island and off the bow of the boat as we cross the harbor. It is here that the great warships of America's Pacific Fleet were born on the morning of December 2nd, 1941. From right to left, there was the USS Nevada, Arizona, the Airship Vestal, the Tennessee, West Virginia, Maryland, Oklahoma, and a bit farther down, California. An 8th battleship, Pennsylvania, was nearby in dry dock undergoing repairs. The battleship Utah still rests on the bottom of the harbor and a short distance from shore on the opposite side of Ford Island. The mighty battleships were the backbone of the Pacific Fleet, and each boasted a crew of nearly 1,500 men. In all, almost 200 American vessels were located in Pearl Harbor that day. Off the starboard bow, or right front, of the boat, you can still see the white concrete mooring keys that continue to display some of these names. The battleships that came to Pearl Harbor back then did not drop anchor to secure their position. Instead, they were tied to these white concrete blocks, which were built in the 1930s. The Pacific Fleet tended to tie two ships together, one inboard, closest to the keys, and one outboard. The mooring key closest to the bridge was reserved for the USS Nevada. The Nevada was the only battleship to get underway during the attack on Oahu. She pulled out just before 9 o'clock, after the first wave of planes had left, and valiantly headed towards the sea. At the same time, Japanese planes from the second wave were flying over Diamond Head on the southeast side of the island to continue the attack on Pearl Harbor. As they arrived, they saw this great warship moving out of the harbor and began to attack. She was badly damaged by Japanese dive bombers and torpedo planes, and eventually was purposely run aground on a coral ledge to avoid sinking. Almost 60 USS Nevada crew members lost their lives in this short time. Despite this great sacrifice, Nevada's attempted exit was met with cheers from other sailors and Marines witnessing the attack, and served as a morale boost for many. Following an extensive salvage operation, the USS Nevada's guns boomed once again as she provided fire support for Americans who stormed the beaches of Normandy, southern France, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa. Continuing on, the attack on Pearl Harbor began at 7:55 a.m., with torpedo planes coming in waves from both the north and south, while flying at an altitude of only 30 feet. The first few torpedoes slammed into the hull of the USS Oklahoma, exactly in the spot where the battleship Missouri is today. Oklahoma began to tilt. In less than 12 minutes, she had completely rolled over, only stopping when her masts hit the bottom of the harbor. She had taken as many as 8 torpedo hits on her port or left side. This was a crippling blow, and consequently 429 sailors and Marines were lost on the Oklahoma. A memorial dedicated to these men was erected on the shoreline, where many of her crew first set foot on Hawaiian soil years ago. The West Virginia, Tennessee, Maryland, California, and Pennsylvania were all damaged to varying degrees during the attack, losing almost 250 crew members among them. Despite sustaining serious damage and settling to the harbor floor following the attack, the West Virginia and California were salvaged and put back into service as well. Both of them would play a vital role in the coming conflict in the Pacific. On December 7, 1941, The USS Arizona was moored here next to the USS Vestal, a smaller repair ship. At 7:55 a.m., the ship's air raid alarm went off, and the ship soon went to general quarters, the call for all hands to go to their battle stations immediately. For the next 10 minutes, the men of the Arizona endured strafing from incoming Japanese planes and bombs from Nakajima B-5N Kate torpedo bombers, which carried armor-piercing shells modified into 800 kilogram or 1,750 pound bombs. At 8:06 a.m., a fatal blow struck the Arizona. The Japanese bomb cut through the deck in the vicinity of gun turret number 2, which would have been about 200 feet to the left of the memorial. Seconds later, it detonated the ammunition magazines located in the forward section of the ship. The result was a massive explosion that tore the ship in half and set off a fire that burned for more than 2 days and consumed 1,177 members of Arizona's crew. Over 900 men remain entombed on the Arizona today. The loss of life on the Arizona accounts for approximately half of all the lives lost during the attack. This includes every member of the heralded USS Arizona band, 23 sets of brothers, and even a father and his son. The mighty Arizona was just over 600 feet long in her day, about the length of 2 American football fields. Although she would never be returned to service, 2 of Arizona's gun turrets were salvaged for later use as coastal defenses. On December 6, 1941, just 1 day before the attack, the USS Arizona had taken out almost 1.4 million gallons of fuel oil in preparation for an upcoming trip to the mainland. Much of that oil caught fire and burned following the attack. However, the fuel that remains slowly leaks from the wreckage at a rate of about 1 to 2 gallons per day. The National Park Service and the U.S. Navy carefully monitor the site, but at this time, the oil leakage poses no environmental hazard. The Arizona Survivors Association has referred to these surfacing drops of oil as the black tears of the Arizona. Although there is no way of knowing how long the oil will seep out, many believe that the ship will continue to cry these black tears until the last survivor of the USS Arizona passes on. The USS Arizona Memorial is 184 feet long and is suspended directly over, but not touching, the wreckage of the USS Arizona. It was completed in 1962 and dedicated on Memorial Day that year. The designer and architect was Alfred Price, who created 3 main parts: the entry room, assembly room, and shrine room. You'll notice that the memorial has 2 peaks on each end and sags in the center. Mr. Price stated that his design represented American pride before the attack, the sudden depression that followed it, and America's eventual rise to victory at the end of the war. At the very back of the memorial, nearest to Fort Island, is the shrine room. Covering its back wall are the names of 1,177 American servicemen who died on board. That is the largest loss of life of any ship in American naval history. 2 separate sections display the names of the USS Arizona survivors who later chose to be returned to the ship following their passing. Any surviving crew member of the USS Arizona who was assigned to the ship on December 7th can elect to have their ashes placed within the wreck. To date, over 40 men have already rejoined their ship on board. It's important to remember that this wasn't just an attack on Pearl Harbor. It was an attack on all of Oahu. 15 minutes before the assault here, Japanese aircraft struck all the military airfields around the island and neutralized American air power. Within the next 15 minutes, they neutralized American naval power here as well. This devastating blow cost the Japanese 21 planes and 56 airmen. On December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor witnessed the dawn of a new era. As World War II came to American shores, men and women fought and died side by side. Many of them remained in these waters and in the surrounding